Hi guys, this is Dr. Gamerman here. So today we are going to show you the loadout of 2020 for electrical power. As you can see, I already have a pre-created character. It's very low level. As you can see, it's not high level at all. I have basic equipment and basic artifacts, but I'm going to tell you what artifacts to use because I've tested this on the test server with another character, not on a PlayStation 4 character, and this loadout that I'm going to show you actually works very well. I'm going to give you the loadout of DPS and a loadout of healer. Okay, so starting out with DPS. Of course, you're going to have the top gear available, which is right now Patchwork Themyscira Elite gear, plus the Elite legs and Elite head. No need to have the Elite neck anymore. It's outdated. And finally, the artifacts. So the artifacts that you want to use are the following for this loadout that I'm going to give you. Lernea's Price, the Lernea's Amulet is actually a very good choice. Why? Because it relies on the finishing move of your power. I'm going to show you on the loadout which one is on electrical. I don't have it here, as I said, have basic equipment, but instead of Tetrahedron of Urgrond, you should go to La Morte card, because it also relies on the finisher. And finally, and of course, Transformation card, because of the criticals. It increases the criticals exponentially. The more advanced it is, the more it will increase the critical number. La Morte card empowers with Doom. Each time you perform a superpower, you stack up Doom on your target. When you release the finishing move, the Doom gets activated, which increases your damage very much. Lernea's Amulet works in a little bit different fashion. So each time you launch a superpower, you take the equivalent of the power cost of your launch on your health. So you damage yourself while doing so. But once you launch the finisher at the end of the power cycle, you get your health back. So it works sort of like Rage Crush on the Power of Rage, but there, the more damage you get, the more you get the heal if you launch Rage Crush. If you avoid a Rage Crush, but here all you have to do is launch the finisher, and basically all of the health is either 50% of the health or 100% of the health returns to you of the health that you lost while doing your power cycle. This makes you rely on the healer a little bit more, but at the same time it's very effective as a power, a cost effect type of launch. So this actually is a very good power to have. Okay guys, so let's start with the loadout. By the way, the sockets I leave at your discretion because everyone has its favorites. Okay, basically I use On the back, stuff that helps me with the speed in which our powers get ready, the cooldown of electrical. That's about it. The rest I'll leave at your discretion because everyone has its very favorites. Of course, Tumbling Master is a must on the feet socket. Okay, so let's get to the loadouts. First of all, I'm not going to just yet go to the loadouts. On the weapons, I chose always Hand Blaster because it helps build up the supercharge a little bit more than the others, apart from Rifle, of course, which is one of the best to help out with the supercharge. But it helps you to stay away from the boss. Okay, while doing boss fights, it helps you stay away, and also the lunge is fairly effective, as you can see. On super speed, I just do everything concerning control resistance. Iconic powers, basically I don't use them. Not on electrical. No need to invest any time on heat vision, because heat vision is going to be slightly nerfed. And finally, on the stat powers, as you can see, I don't have many skill points, but on the character that I tested on the test server, I did have a lot of skill points. So basically start with focus superpowered, because it gives you plus 10 might, very important. Critical attack chance, critical attack damage, and finally might and power. Invest all of your skill points on these, and of course after that you can start investing it on precision, or if you feel that you can build up a hybrid DPS, you can invest a little bit on restoration or health, because even though these are damaging powers, you can actually heal yourself on some of them. So the loadouts. Damage loadout is the following. Electrogenesis. So Electrogenesis creates an AoE area that damages 2 targets near your main target. Okay, this is very important because you need to start with this, because it helps you to build up your supercharge a little bit, and helps out the team while doing damage at 3 targets instead of 1. Arc Lightning. Basically it electrifies enemies, making them vulnerable to electric effects. This is actually not that bad attack, because it does AoE damage as well, because the arc jumps from 1 target to 3 targets, so effective damage. And basically puts them electrified, which will help with the continuation of the cycle. Desert Blast. Electrified enemies take additional damage. So this is a very good power in order to do continuous damage of electrified targets. Tessel Ball, same thing, but this one actually stuns the enemy. This creates a small ball on top of the area of attack, and starts doing like an electrical storm on top. Ionic Drain. Now this is very important, because this is actually the finisher move of electrical. So drains ions from your target and environment, replenishes your and replenishes yours and up to 7 group members' health. This actually helps out on electrical DPS, because it heals you a little bit, hence the usage of restoration while clarifying the skill points. But that's way ahead of the curve when you want to build a hybrid DPS. Also very important, takes a hell of a lot of damage from the target, so we'll see that in a bit. Of course, being the finishing move, it has all the properties associated with the artifacts, so it's going to increase damage exponentially while using the La Morte card, and actually increase your might exponentially by using it at the end of the power cycle with the Linnaeus amulet. And of course, the transformation card, very important. The criticals will be astronomical as well. Of course, you have to have a supercharge. In the case of electrical, the supercharges aren't my favorite, but this one is actually effective enough. This is a very big. This is actually not the biggest. Sorry, not the biggest of the supercharges. You have other supercharges which take out a lot more time to build up. So let's launch the power cycle. Electrogenesis, arc, volt, Tesla, and the finisher. I don't know why the numbers aren't coming out. Oh, they are. They're just very low, as I suspected. As you can see, the finisher is actually the one that takes bigger numbers because of the Linnaeus amulet. Although my Linnaeus amulet isn't top-notch on this character, I tested out this the artifact with a fully powered artifact on the test server, and it was awesome. The numbers that I pulled out were incredibly high. As you can see, the weapon attacks build up your supercharge, as you can see on the screen. Your powers also help out tremendously. The supercharge fills up really quite well. Basically, that's it for DPS. I have to say that electrical wasn't always my power of election, wasn't my favorites. So I haven't really played electrical for a long time, basically since its launch way back in the day. But I now consider it one of the very big damage dealers and healers as well. If well played with this power cycle, let me tell you, you're going to pull out large numbers. So let's go to DPS. Oh, sorry, let's go to healer. Can't really change because of the I'm on attack mode, so now I can change. So this is healer mode. Now on healer, of course, top equipment is required in order to be an effective healer. I would go with, in terms of weapons, I would go with Hand Blaster as well, or bow, to stay away from the bosses as far as possible. Also, please use sockets that actually help out with restoration, and help out with powers that actually heal you or your teammates. Also, in terms of artifacts, I would go with Eye of Gemini on healer, Eye of Gemini, Page of Destiny, and the new one, the new artifact of Patchwork Themyscira for healer, the purple healing ray. Now that one is very effective. Page of Destiny, of course, no need to explain that one, is self-explanatory why. And Eye of Gemini, which is very overlooked on healer, but if you look at the text on Eye of Gemini, it's going to help you out a lot, because once you launch your supercharge, what happens is you create an area. The area will actually increase your teammates' might if they are DPS, or other functions if they're other roles. This is actually a very good team booster, and also increases your healing very much if it is fully empowered, the artifact, of course. Eye of Gemini is an investment. There are other options out there, but please give it a try, because healers that I've been playing with use Eye of Gemini, and actually it works wonders with the team. Okay? So let's start with the rotation. Of course, first of all, the skill points. So I would start with hybrid, and then go to critical healing chance, critical healing magnitude, and finally restoration. Once you have all of these empowered, please start with health. Iconic powers, you really don't need this. Super speed, basic stuff. All control effect, super speed debuffs are in order. And finally the weapons, I use the hand blaster with the bow combination. Now, loadouts. So let's start with bioelectric surge, biocapacitor, galvanize, recover, and you have actually an option here, but I go with this one, flux, because it surrounds you with a shield. Very effective while on elite raids, very effective on normal raids, very effective all around. So, but you have an option, okay? If you don't want to use a shield, and you trust your teammates' ability to use shields of their own, please use Electrogenesis, because it has also healer abilities. So, first of all, bioelectric surge. Surge of electricity instantly restores health to yourself and the most injured group member. Very effective if one of your teammates is about to die. Biocapacitor instantly restores health to yourself and the 7 most injured group members. Actually, everyone in the group. Basically, this would be actually better here as a power cycle, and this one would be better here. I put this position because it helps me prioritize healing for the entire team and then healing for emergencies. Recover. Use a jolt of electricity to recover health for you and up to 3 team members. So let's start with 7 team members, then go down to 3 team members. Create a wave of electricity, this on galvanize, to heal yourself and allies within range. So this is almost healing AoE, basically. Same as on sorcery with the healing over there. Bioelectric Surge, I already explained this one. And Flux, it will actually surround yourself with a shield and up to 3 team members. This is very important. On healer roll, it gives the shield to 3 team members. On DPS, just yourself. Supercharge, I go with Invigorate. Use the power of bioelectricity to protect yourself, another shield, and your teammates against control effects for a short time and restore health. So you recover health, your teammates recover health, and you surround yourself with another shield. Very effective on elite raids. Okay, guys? So let's launch this really quickly. So first to all team, then 3 people, then emergency AoE, save the most damaged person, shield, and if all else was going to hell, launch the supercharge. Now this supercharge, it takes a long time to charge, but it is quite effective. On artifacts range, you have an option. Instead of Page of Destiny, you could go with Scrap of Soul Cloak in order to give back when launching the supercharge, give back some of the build-up. Very effective, but I still prefer Page of Destiny, to be honest. It's a very old, well, older artifact, but still quite effective. Basically, that's it for electrical. Right now, I tend to really test out loadouts because I'll be delving into powers that I've never been on the past. So, videos concerning loadouts, instead of one per week, it's going to be one every 2 weeks, because I really need to test them out. I don't want to just give you a loadout and tell you guys, okay, you guys deal with it. No, I want to test it out effectively on the test server, test out the changes that are coming to those artifacts, if any, and basically that's it. I'm not going to immediately do nature, because nature is going to suffer a lot of changes on the next update. It's already on the test server. I've already tested it. Not my favorite changes, but we'll delve into that on a video in the future. When it's fully launched, I'll give you the loadout and the changes that you're going to have to do, because it will be mandatory for you guys to do some changes on nature healing and nature DPS if you invest time on that. So that's it for electrical, guys. Have fun, stay safe, and leave comments below if you have any options concerning artifacts and concerning loadouts as well. Okay, see you next time.